I get a feeling there's going to be a riot.
We're here with Simon from Lawn Rite Hamilton. He's been one of the longest standing Lawn Rite franchise owners in the Waikato, I think.
Yep, that would probably be right. I'm coming up 5 years in January.
What suburb do you cover?
I'm originally Lawn Rite Chartwell.
Lawn Rite Chartwell.
Yeah,
All right,
but I cover more acreage sites now.
I was going to say, I've seen you out in Tamaheri, I've seen you over here. You're just the go-to guy.
Stepping on a few toes, but that's okay.
Well, you were one of the first on the wagon, weren't you?
I was, and so I had the big mower first, so I got those acreage properties, and now a few newer guys have come into the scene.
Okay.
And so they now have, we can basically accommodate more customers now.
So when you say acreage, is that just as a terminology in your industry for like large
yeah, I
properties?
guess it's probably actually an American terminology.
Okay.
You would call it a lifestyle block probably over here.
Sure, okay.
In New Zealand. And so that's, for the most part, probably 4,000 square metre sections and up. So a lot of them, like this block here, is probably about 5,500 square metres. And then by the time you take out the house and driveway, you're probably left with 3,500 to 4,500 square metres of lawn.
All right, so to be able to service a property like that, you definitely need a ride-on.
Yes, you would not want to be push mowing this unless you want to be here all day. And I don't know if the customer would be happy with that price.
I was going to say, yeah, that would be a ridiculous high price. What do you think it would turn out to be?
Oh, I mean, if you're charging on an hourly rate and you're here all day, you can imagine.
But what would you charge per hour?
You're looking for hourly work anywhere from $80 to $120 an hour, depending on the equipment.
Let's say 100 an hour. Let's say it took you 7 hours.
Yeah.
$700. How long would it take you to do on a ride-on?
So a site this large should take me, for the mowing component on the ride-on, about 40 minutes.
Whoa.
40 minutes to an hour, depending on the time of the year.
Yeah.
And then we go extra. We do the extra trimming, the edging, and the blowing down.
Yeah.
We're not just a mow and go service. So I say 40 minutes, and you go, oh, you're not here for very long.
That's just
that's the mowing component.
Sure.
And then you've got at least half that again, maybe more, depending on the properties. This one has nice edges, so a lot more to work on. And then we blow everything down, make sure we don't leave grass clippings everywhere.
Sure. Okay, so couple hours.
I'd say this would be anywhere from an hour and 15 to 2 hours, depending on the time of year.
All right, let's be like super generous and say it took you 2 hours. That would be $200 an hour at $100 an hour, versus if you did it by push mower, it would be close to $1,000.
Yeah, so if you're pricing it up, for great examples, I had a new franchise ask me to look at a job. He's like, hey, I don't have a ride-on, can you look at this? And I priced that job at $200 per cut. And he went, whoa, that's a lot cheaper than I was doing. I had it at $100 an hour for 7 hours. I had priced that customer at $700. And I was like, yeah, and he wasn't happy with that price.
Yeah.
Because you can't justify $700 on
Just
a lawn.
to cut your grass, yeah.
But at $200, and it saved him 3 hours of doing his own lawn.
Yes.
So to him, that was value. Whereas, so the bigger equipment makes us more efficient.
Yeah.
Makes us cost effective for both us and the customer.
That's really well said. All right, so how much would a piece of equipment like what you've got in the trailer cost you to buy?
So we're running commercial equipment, so the prices are a bit more anyway.
Sure.
We're looking at entry level, probably about $25,000 for an entry level commercial mower. Anywhere from there, depending on the type of mower, up to $60,000, $70,000.
Whoa, okay. But then having that then gives you the ability to get acreage type lawns.
Yeah, even in the comparison to a homeowner mower versus a commercial mower, you might be looking at an entry-level homeowner for a tractor style, $6,000 up to, say, $15,000 for a zero turn. And those they will do your own lawn once a week comfortably, but they're not going to be able to do multiple lawns day in, day out. And that mower would complete this lawn in 3 hours. My mower will complete it in an hour.
So having a lawnmower like that is obviously, it's a big investment, but when I hear that, it also means the barrier to entry is high, so that your average, Joe Blow with a mower can't really come in and be like, oh yeah, it's all right, man, I'll come and do the job, and then undercut you.
In the acreage market or the lifestyle market, yep, that is definitely part of it.
Yes.
Is we've got a lot more. There are people that do, and the machines can't cope. They'll be out within a year of repairs, the machine not being able to cope. Commercial machines should run for 1,500 to 2,000 hours on the machine. So you can work out from that how much it costs to run a machine per hour over a lifetime of a machine. You're looking at every hour that machine is running, you need to be charging out $25 an hour just to cover the cost of the machine.
Yeah.
Let alone running costs, maintenance.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so do you put that money aside so that when it comes to time to replace this, you've got that capital?
Of course I do. No. I actually did finance this one.
Yeah.
So basically that money is paying off the machine.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess the same concept. And then when the machine is paid off, I would like to think I'm going to put that money aside to buy the next one.
Yeah.
But we'll see how that goes.
That's all right, but you're still profitable, of course.
Yeah, of course.
You still wouldn't be here. You've been doing this for a few years now.
January will be 5 years.
5 years.
I haven't had the big mower all those years.
Yeah.
So I started off just doing the push mowing.
Yeah.
And then brought a smaller ride on. Started doing slightly larger lawns and the smaller lawns faster. And then that freed up time and made me more profitable to then get the bigger lawnmower.
Yeah.
And now I primarily do larger lawns.
Okay, and so I guess over that 5 year period, like you've just said, you've scaled your equipment, you've scaled the size of your lots that you've been getting, but of course there's going to be a cap as to how many lawns you can do in a week or clients you can have on your list, so to speak. Has it been a case of as new ones come in, you kind of just you can have this one now, and now you've tailored your list?
Yes, I can be a lot more selective about the customers that I take, whether they be in the right area that I'm in, or they might need to actually like to invest some money in their lawn, so they want it to be a nice lawn. They don't just want to make lawn grass short. And so what I can do is I basically raise the roof and drop out the bottom. So those ones, as I do that, I can hand those still good customers, but not as profitable as my larger lawns, down to other franchises.
Okay, so that's an interesting benefit to coming into a franchise network versus going out on your own. If you could come into a franchise network and you've got guys like yourself who have the pick of the crop, so to speak, because you've been around for so long, you could just be like, here you go.
And I have done that on quite a few of the new guys that have started.
Cool.
I go, okay, cool, here's my 5 lowest lawns that I might not want to deal with anymore.
Yep.
Great example of that was I am almost always on the north side of town, and I had just 4 lawns on the south side in Glenview, and the travel over there was starting to become more annoying.
Sure.
And so new guy started, you've got plenty of spare time.
There you go.
Here's 4 lawns in an area that you can start with.
And how was it when you first started? Did all your friends and family expect you to come do their lawns for free?
Yeah, that's I find I don't like to work for friends and family now, if I'm honest.
Fair enough.
I either do the work because I like to help and genuinely just give back to someone, but I don't do paid work for friends and family.
Yeah.
I find it can muddy the waters.
Yeah, I've heard that. I mean, there's a saying, you don't do business with friends and family.
Yeah.
It's kind of in that same territory, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. So I would get a few when I started, and obviously I didn't have as many customers, so I took on a few.
Yep.
And then, I did run into a few of those generic issues, non-payers, wanting to expect more than what, because they knew me, they expected more out of me than what was, the going rate. So I've definitely, now I don't need to rely on any income from friends and family.
It's a funny thing, the old mates rates thing, isn't it? Because if you think about it, if you're my friend, why don't you support me and pay full price?
100%. And I mean, maybe before I owned a business, that's how I thought, hey, give me a discount. Now that I own a business, I understand how annoying that is.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I'm actually devaluing my friends by saying, hey, I want a discount on your product. And in the example of me now, to do your job, like a friend's job, I would be losing time, I could be making money.
Yeah.
So I need to, it needs to be of equal value. So
I think where that comes from too, it's friends who work inside someone else's company.
Yeah.
So they're just like, yeah, I'll give you a discount because it's not my money.
yes, 100%. When it's your money and your time, it changes the way you look at it.
And was Lawn Rite the first business you've ever run?
We'll go with yes.
Yeah, first time sort of getting that taste for that world of how it works, like how you just said it changed your mindset on how mates rates works.
Yeah, because it was the first one I'd personally run. I'd managed for other people before, but again, it wasn't my money.
Yeah, that
like
makes a difference,
the owner of one business, he was happy to give out discounts, so I was happy to give out that discount. It was his money.
Yeah.
So it didn't bother me.
Yeah, fair enough. Ooh, what other questions, my friend? I mean, we've covered a little bit there. You could probably even just pin it there. Still equipment. Do you have any still equipment?
Yeah, it's the only equipment I've got a Honda push mower and a Rite stand on because it still doesn't do those types of ride-ons just yet, or at least not in New Zealand. The Honda push mower is going to be replaced with a still very shortly. And then all other hand tools are still, and I operate still battery equipment. So the AP commercial range, I've got my trimmer, blower, chainsaws, hedge trimmers, all of that, and then hand tools as well.
Great, we love you guys at Still. Keep doing what you're doing. Did you learn anything at the conference this year from Still? I saw you in there listening keenly.
I'd like to say yes, but I probably am already on that cutting edge of keeping up with their equipment.
Yeah.
So a lot of their equipment I've seen overseas before it even makes it to New Zealand, or having such great connections with the Still office as we do, we get to kind of preview that stuff anyway.
Okay, so that was more for like the newcomers.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I owned, I think, nearly most of the pieces of equipment that they had on show.
Fair enough. So. I mean, it comes with being one of the more experienced in the game.
Yeah, and I have everything now, so when a new piece of equipment comes out, it's I've got to have the new one.
Yeah.
So I don't have that. I have everything else. I just collect them as they are released.
Fair enough. All right, I think we've covered everything there. Done and dusted. And now Simon's going to get on his ride-on?
Yeah, I'll get started on the mower. Yeah, stand on, ride on.
Sick. I'll throw up the drone and we'll get some cool shots of this massive acreage lot that we're cutting down today.